Hi, I'm Tony Martin, and this is Profiles, the show that lets you hear from some of the most interesting and successful people in the security industry. Now, today's show brings us to beautiful San Diego, California, where we're going to meet with one of the rising stars of our industry, Shandon Harbour, who's the president of SDA Security. I'm really excited to be here. Let's go meet Shandon. Shandon Harbour.
Tony Martin from Honeywell. Great to see you. How are you?
you.
I'd like you to meet my dad, Rodney Eales.
Rod,
Tony Martin.
Nice to meet you, Tony.
Beautiful club here.
Well,
Isn't
thank
it?
you. Yes, this has been our playground for years. Grew up here. Shandon grew up here. Very fortunate to have done a lot of sailing.
Well, nice playground.
Yes, very nice.
I'd actually like to know a lot more about SDA Security. Tell me a little bit about the history.
The business was founded in 1930. My parents, Harold and Joyce Eales, founded it. There was a local and a direct connect business into the police departments then. And about 1965, we decided to open a UL-listed central station. Of course, we opened that up. About 6 years ago, my daughter joined us, and so we've been busy ever since.
When you were looking at Shandon earlier on in her career, when did you realize that she might be the one to take over the reins of or take over the helm?
Well, you know, I have 4 children, and we were hoping that one of them or all of them would get involved. And one of the things that we had said, though, to all of them was you have to go off and get some work experience. And after Shandon graduated from USC, she was a business communications major.
Like that?
She went to San Francisco and was in the public relations industry up there for a number of years. She got teaching credential up there and was working in San Diego Unified School District, and they had her on a fast track for principal's job and putting in 10 hours a day. I said, Shandon, come on back to the family business. If you're working that hard, you know, you might enjoy
Absolutely.
working in the business. So she's been with us 6 years now.
All right, so tell me more about SDA Security today.
Well, let me have Shandon tell you. I'm going to go off, go sailing, go back to this playground here. Tony, it's nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you. Can I go sailing?
Yeah. Well, you put in a few years like I did, then you can.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, Dad.
Yeah.
So should we go and talk about business?
Let's go.
All right, great. It's a wonderful place.
Yeah.
Love it. Well, Shandon, I'd like to thank you for having me here,
It's great having you here, Tony.
introducing me to your dad. I really liked him. I'd like to go back to the question about the history, your history with SDA Security. So can you remember the first time your dad brought you in?
Absolutely, I remember it well. I was 14 and I was going to work with him after school. He was picking me up after school. Actually, in this particular day, his work day was going very long, and at about 6 o'clock I realized we weren't going to make it home for supper. So I went to a typewriter and I started typing up sort of what had been happening in the company, and I made a bunch of copies and put them on the desks of everybody, and that was my first exposure to SDA. I was doing their newsletter.
Wow, that's awesome. So instead of sitting there and going, well, when do we go home, you actually got really productive.
Yeah, it was really fun, and I got to know all the employees, and it was a nice way to be introduced, other than the fact that I had been growing up around the company since I was a child.
So Shandon, tell me about what you do as a profession. How does that make you feel knowing that you do protect people's homes and businesses and property?
It is a very noble profession, life safety and protection. We have fire systems installed all over downtown, as well as people's homes. And the fact that we're out there, being their eyes and ears in the middle of the night, it is a great feeling. On the other side of the coin is that it's 24/7 business, 365. We never stop, we never shut down. So there are times where you come in on Monday and certain things have happened, and that is the nature of this business. You know, we're not baking cookies or anything like that.
You know, I've been around the security industry for about 15 years. It's starting to look a lot younger in some spots. And
Great.
Yeah, you know, there is a changing of the guard. But how do we encourage the youth movement? How do we encourage younger people to step up and take leadership roles in our industry?
That's a great question, Tony, because I was thinking about this. It's not a career that people think about when they finish college. It's not a career people think about even when they finish their high school degree, that, oh, I'm going to go into the security industry. But we've started a group called the Young Security Professionals to do exactly what you're talking about, recruit and energize and retain those that are coming into career positions, to show them what potential the security industry has.
Are end users more sophisticated today? Are they asking you questions about technology? I mean, what's the dialogue between you and your customer?
Since the proliferation of the internet, our customers are far more educated about technology. They come to us and they ask us, do you know about this? Do you know what's happening? What's the latest and greatest? They want the slickest security system they can put in their building. And it certainly lends value to their property too when they have a really slick security or fire system, video system, access. And to that end, we're passionate about technology. We have people on staff that's what they do. They make sure that we're out there offering the latest and greatest, and through a partnership with Honeywell, we're able to do that.
Shandon, talk to me a little bit about marketing and how you approach marketing at SDA Security.
Well, with the background in public relations and communications, marketing is definitely important to me and to the company. This year we did a big spin on the Generation X and Generation Y marketing, and we looked at text messaging to cell phones as a way to market. We also converted our website to be able to be viewed on a BlackBerry, so it's mobile. And we added a blog to our website, so I have a president's blog now.
Great. Let's look at technology. What excites you about technology?
We just went to a conference where Honeywell showed us their video analytics and all that's able to do that. We're in the process of launching their managed access control, their WinPack Central Station. That's really sophisticated. I think the customers are going to love that. And of course, one of my favorites is Total Connect, on the ability to arm your system from your BlackBerry. So all that stuff is really cool and exciting right now, and I think that's what drives my energy into this business, along with being the family business and everything else, but it's the technology that's really exciting.
Shandon, you were recently profiled in the San Diego Business Journal, and
Yes.
the quote was, "Nothing less than right is right."
Yes.
Now, how do you translate that to your employees?
That quote actually came from my grandmother, and she taught that to me. So how we translate it is honesty in everything you do, integrity, and our service is our signature, meaning that whenever we deliver, we're going to deliver it right the first time, so the customer isn't calling us and having to deal with issues. And it could be from something as small as a letter that goes out to the customer, or something larger to how employees handle issues on a day-to-day basis. But it's always, the bottom line is do the right thing.
Shandon, the back half of '08 especially has been a little bit of an economic downturn. People are talking about '09 being a tough year. How are you preparing for that? And what's your philosophy going forward to help SDA Security win in a down economy?
I think everybody has to be vigilant during these times. Certainly my grandparents were able to endure the Depression, and my dad saw several recessions during his running the business, and so this is my first issue with ever having to deal with an economy that's not robust. We've been looking at this for the last 9 months, so we've been really preparing for the fact that we could be entering a recession, and we've just made sure that we've got services to offer our customers, such as the WinPack Central Station, the managed access control, things that tie our customers to us. Total Connect is another service that will tie our customers to us. We've been reaching out to all those existing customers, doing a big marketing effort to touch those people again, make them understand how important their business is to us. And as far as going into '09, really making sure that we're delivering on our service. I always make sure I'm not overreaching, and that we stay very stable and consistent through all of this. I always look hopelessly optimistic at everything, try to stay positive with all the employees. Certainly they can turn on the news and hear enough negative information at any time, but coming to work and working for what we do, life safety and protection, and being positive, you know, it's a time, and like my grandmother used to say, this too shall pass. So staying vigilant, watching things that are happening, maintaining a positive attitude. That's sort of my mantra.